All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Wednesday, February 28th slate of games. Trey, a little back-to-back. Keep the brooms out. Start us off.
Yeah, and I took out an extra broom. I went 2-0 myself, and I gave out Texas State minus 5.5 against UL Monroe and the under 134.5 total points in this game as well. Texas State, they dominated this game and won by 18 points. I feel like they were up double digits for probably around 85% of this game. It was just pure domination station, and the under hit as well because it finished with 128 total points. So that hit pretty easily.
You're so back. You're so back. I gave out Villanova minus 15.5 at home. This game was never close against Georgetown. They won by 28 points. They were up by 22 at the half, and then they just cruised the rest of the way. Villanova dominated, got their style points for the tournament. I feel bad for Georgetown. We're going to move on to the player props. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, and I'm not back on player props because my player did not want to play that much. I gave out Blake Hinson over 99 points versus Clemson, and he played his possible worst game of the year, and it's entirely my fault because I picked him. That's how it works in gambling. We all know that. But he only sat for 3 minutes in this game and only scored 6 points, and he's their leading scorer coming in this game with a lot of momentum. If you told me before the game he's going to play 37 minutes, I would have put probably my life savings on it. So thankfully, I did not.
Yep, and I had a 1-0 night. I gave out Noah Thomason to go over 13.5 points going up against LSU. Kind of a slow start, 7 points in the first half, finished the game with 16, had the over 13.5. He did cash the number for us there. Trey, let's go to the group play. Did we say the Cougars outright at Lawrence? We sure as hell did. BYU takes Kansas down on the road. +7 was the play. We both took it, and we both went 1-0 sweeping the board. Let's go to the group play for tomorrow. Maybe an even better game in the SEC. Auburn up against Tennessee. Tennessee laying 5.5 against Auburn. Over under 151.5. I'm going to have you start.
Can I take the under?
You can if you want.
I'm going to give out 2 plays. You can grade it however you want, Bear. Take it on the board. You can take 2-0 or 1-0, which whatever. Both of these are going to hit. Okay. My game pick, it's Tennessee. Actually, sorry. My game pick is Auburn +5.5. I really love Auburn this season. Johnny Brome, he's been doing really good. And over the last 2 matchups in Knoxville, Tennessee, they won both of them, but neither one of those games they won by more than 5 points. And I just have to expect something similar here in this game, especially whenever we look at the matchup historically between these two teams. It's kind of been dominated by Auburn. Auburn, they have a 7-2 record over the last 9 matchups between Tennessee. And I love the under here as well because this is probably the highest point total that these two teams have had in a very long time, the highest point total since 2018. And they've never really been a high-scoring matchup. Whenever you look at the last 2 matchups in Tennessee, the last matchup only had 89 points, and the one before that, 129 points. Both those were way under this number. So I'm going to be going with Auburn here, plus the points, +5.5, and the under 151.5.
I just don't know about this game. I feel like 5.5 is a lot, but I don't know why Tennessee is laying 5.5. Kind of feels like a weird number. Feel like I should lay the points. But I'm going to go with you here with Auburn +5.5. I think these are the exact same teams, and both of these teams have guys that can take over scoring. Dalton Connect, Johnny Broome. Auburn's got a couple of really good guards as well. Tennessee guards are very good also. I don't know. I think this is just going to be a defensive battle, like Trey said. I would take the under with you, but I can also see this game being like an 80-80 game. So I'm going to just take Auburn plus the 5.5. Should be a really good game, and a really good game. I'm just going to take the points. So we will both take Auburn. Trey's got Auburn and the under as the plays. Let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to take us back to the small schools here, guys. Let's take a trip over to the American Conference, and I'm going to be talking about this Tulsa against UTSA game. And this is going to be a pretty entertaining game to watch, even if both teams have kind of had dud of seasons. Tulsa, they come in this game with a 14-13 record. They're also 11-12-1 ATS, and they're 10th in the conference with a 5-10 record. And the Golden Wave, they are 1-8 on the road. That is not good. And UTSA, they have not been that much better this season. They are dead last in the conference with a 3-12 record, and the Roadrunners, they're 3-8 at home this year. And these two teams, they've actually already played once this year, and that game was at Tulsa. And Tulsa, they rolled in that game. They finished scoring triple digits, 107-78. And I just have to expect something similar here in this game. Give me Tulsa plus the point. I'm going to take them plus 1.5 here in this game. I love that we're getting points because, in my opinion, Tulsa, they're easily the better team. And that's because UTSA literally has one of the worst defenses in the entire country. Their defense is ranked 14th according to the KenPom. And that's because they allow the 20th most field goal attempts per game. And the Roadrunners, they just play at such a fast pace that it's a detriment to their defense. And it doesn't really help out because UTSA, they shoot 41% from the field as a team. So their fast-paced offense it's kind of counterintuitive because they get up a ton of shots, don't make a ton of shots, but that allows their defense to be on their heels for the entire game. Tulsa, they put up triple digits on UTSA last time. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it happens again because Tulsa, they live at the free throw line. They're ranked top 30 in the nation in free throw attempts per game. In UTSA, they're ranked in the bottom 30 in terms of free throws allowed per game. So Tulsa, they're going to dominate here on the road. Give me Tulsa plus 1.5 versus UTSA.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at Alabama traveling to take on the Ole Miss Rebels. The Rebels will not be able to keep up with Alabama in this game. I'm taking Alabama on the road, laying 6. The defense, a little bit concerning for me, taking Alabama in this game, but I like the spot here for Alabama after their horrible performance on the road in their last game against Kentucky. Kentucky has now had a couple games that people are calling flukes against Auburn. They killed them. Alabama, they destroyed both of those good teams. But now I think Kentucky's a good team again. They just picked up a really good road win against Mississippi State after trailing by 12 points tonight. And Alabama just simply caught Kentucky whenever they could not miss a shot. Literally, they could not miss a shot. They scored above 110 points. This is still a really good team, and they are going to bounce back in a big way against Ole Miss. Both these teams are coming off a loss. Mississippi losing at home by 13 points against South Carolina in their last game. And then, of course, Alabama lost to Kentucky. But only one of these teams can score 100 points in this game, and that is Alabama. Alabama scored 95-plus points in 4 consecutive games, and Mississippi struggles to reach 75 points per game this season. Mississippi is also coming off back-to-back losses against Mississippi State and South Carolina, and they have lost 4 of their last 5 games, not covering the spread in 4 consecutive games as well. I was a little bit thrown off on the last game for Ole Miss at home because their home record was 14-1, but South Carolina went in there and they destroyed them very easily by 13 points. The Rebels, they failed to beat a ranked team yet this season on their home floor, and that's probably why they had the 14 wins this year at home. The 2 losses were against Auburn by 14, South Carolina by 13, both ranked teams. This is a ranked Alabama team that is very dangerous. I expect them to bounce back in a big way here by double-digit points. Give me Alabama -6 as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Jared McCain to go over his PRAs against Louisville. If his PRAs don't come out, you can just hammer his points. But I really love this over for McCain here in this game. I feel like Duke, they're going to come out punching the Cardinals in the mouth in this game because they've been in the news ever since they got the court stormed on them. So I feel like they're going to need to show up here and put out a big statement win. And I feel like a big proponent of that is going to be McCain. And that's because McCain, he loves playing at home. He shoots way better at home. In fact, over 10% better from the field and from behind the arc at home because McCain, he's shooting over 50% from the field and over 45% from three-point land at home. And that comes out to an average of 14.6 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, and 2.3 assists per game, which comes out to an average of 21.2 PRAs per home game. And I expect McCain to get to that 20 PRA number here and then some because he's getting a very juicy matchup here versus Louisville. The Cardinals, we all know it by now, they are allergic to playing defense. As a team, they allow 78.6 points per game. They're not all that good at rebounding the basketball either, and that's going to allow McCain to have a great stat line by the end of it. He finished the matchup earlier this season against Louisville with only 14 PRAs, so I expect him to turn it up a little bit more here at home. So give me Jared McCain to go over his PRAs versus Louisville.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play there. For my play today, I'm going back to a guy I gave out very early in the season. I'm going back to Pierre Brooks to go over his total points against St. John's. Butler, they're in desperation mode. They have to win every single game and then make some noise in the Big East tournament in order to make the March Madness bracket. Both of these teams are actually in desperation mode. I think that's going to have some fireworks in this game. It should be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go with one of the really good guards that Butler has. They've been scoring a ton of points this season, all 4 of them, but this has been the best score all season long for the Bulldogs. Pierre's scoring 14.8 points per game. He's making 44.9% of those shots, but he's shooting 40% from deep this year. St. John's will let you shoot the 3 ball, and I think Pierre Brooks is going to have himself a day from behind the arc. If you remember the last time I gave out a 3-point player, it was Baylor Shireman against this St. John's team. He shot 10 threes in that game, only made 1 of them. I can live with that. As long as we get the shots off in this game, Brooks is a 40% three-point shooter. I will like my chances in that spot. Brooks has also been performing very poorly over the last 3 games, and he is due for a monster bounce-back spot, a high-scoring game. So I'm going to take Pierre Brooks in this spot over his total points against St. John's as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with Tulsa here, plus 1.5 against UTSA. Tulsa, they're the better team. I love that we're getting points. I'm not nervous about it being a road game, even though Tulsa has struggled on the road. UTSA is just a trash program. Also going with Jared McCain to go over his PRAs against Louisville. The guy, he really loves playing at home at Duke. This is a home game for him, so I expect him to show out.
Roll Tide, Alabama. I did not like saying Roll Tide. Holy hell. Just give me Bama, -6 against Ole Miss. And Pierre Brooks over his total points against St. John's as the play. Really love his threes in that game as well. Guys, it's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Wednesday, February 28th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called. But you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month. A little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,